Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel and another Gran Turismo 7's Dirtiest drivers video. And anyone who's watched the last video on the playlist will, our video with Gavin, we had a couple of videos already in the pipeline, and one was about the driver who is in front of me here, Dornhöschen. As you can see, this race through the first two corners, he's been quite happy to bang and push, cut up whoever he likes. So you'll see him over here. So Dornhöschen wasn't only in the race with Gavin, he was actually in the race before as well and caused a bit of commotion. So we're going to look at both races and we're going to look at a few patterns for them appearing as driving and how he's looking. So we're going to jump on board with Dornhöschen back to the start of the race and we'll go through the incidents he's had. So here we are with Dornhöschen. You'll see lap one here, Dornhöschen and this guy, Perry Holt behind, seem to have bad blood because they just want to take each other out for the whole first lap nearly. But Dornhöschen goes deep. As you see, Perry tries to go past him. No, not happening. Just tries to push him out. And again across him, just to try and push him out again. Didn't work, so Perry goes to the inside. And again, Dornhöschen trying to bounce off him as much as he can just to spin him out. Not happening. And down the road they go. Well, biking into the mix and tries to squeeze by between them. There's Perry giving Dornhöschen one back. And again, so that's 2-all now to the guys in our battle. And Stan just tries to squeeze up the inside of Dornhöschen, gets by, and I nip down the outside. And the Italian guy behind, he comes into the side of Dornhöschen, and that's not going to go well with Dornhöschen, as you'll see by the end of the lap. So, take the run up through the Shin apparatus now. Dornhöschen at this stage looks to be desperate to get back to that Italian after being pushed aside. But the Italian decides, no, he's going to push me aside, or try to anyway. And Dornhöschen says, no, I'll push you out of the way to get past. And the Italian appears out of nowhere, who was on my left hand side. I don't know where he's come from, but the two boys have a ding dong. It's a bit of tit for tat there. But this is where it becomes disgusting from the Dornhöschen blatantly brake checks him on a straight, misses the chicane. You can see here, I squeeze by, and Dornhöschen again tries to blatantly brake check hard. Absolutely disgusting driving, anyone who attempts to brake check. And Wardy tries to go around the outside, Dornhöschen says no, release no, answer from up the inside. And you'll see in a pattern appearing in what Dornhöschen is doing here. So you can see Perry here swinging around. You see Perry at the pace just to go by him easily enough. Dornhöschen, he doesn't lunge into the corners. He's not going into, like I say, the driver in our first video he's not going to plough straight into the back of a car, or he's not going to drive across the corner to hit the side of a car, because he knows that's going to pick himself up a penalty and it's going to let people around him know he's dirty. And this is where the dirty driver category, I feel this driver falls into, and probably is the worst you can come across, is the sneaky dirty driver, the one that tries to hide what he's doing. You'll notice, if you notice a bit of battling here, he keeps it fairly clean here for, like, I think it's about a lap here before he loses everyone and sort of goes into a hole on his own for most of this race. But you'll notice any instances he's in comes across, they're mainly on the X of the corners, and he's just allowing the car to drift wide and push other drivers off the outside of the track. And it's purposely known that if a driver goes off track, that's it, he's out of the race, or otherwise the other driver on the outside has to lift and yield the position to him. So it's calculated by letting the cars drift out. And I'm sure he also knows with weight transfer that on the exit of the corner, the front end of the car is on its lightest. And again, as you can see, he can easily knock the car off there. Now, he knows they picked up a penalty for it. Now, I'm surprised that there wasn't a brake check there, but Tar was probably expecting it, and that's why he's well out from him. So we get to the end of lap 2 here, and that's about all the action you get to see. So the Tar falls back away from Dornhöschen, and Dornhöschen sort of falls away from the 2 guys in front. Has a pretty lonely race up until lap 10, right near the end of the race in this one, so we're going to jump ahead to that point. So we pick our friend Dornhöschen back up here now on the last lap. It's about halfway through the lap, and you can see there behind, there's a bit of distance between him and the German driver behind him, but you can see that German driver behind is closing in pretty quickly. And you can see Dornhöschen has moved up a lot of places, and that's because he's on the optimal no stop fuel saving strategy for this daily race C. I think this was the last night of this race, so I know I was pit stopping because I was just trying different cars and messing around. I kind of got bored of fuel saving all week and was just trying something different. So, and it appeared a lot of drivers were doing the same. And the Dornhöschen's fuel saving has got him up to this point, but the German driver behind is closing in fast. Last couple of corners for Dornhöschen, and he outbrakes himself. You see here, he attempts just to bounce the German driver off him at the apex in the second corner, but it's because he's reduced the speed so much and the German driver drives through. But again, it's not looking to get a car to bounce off him rather than him hitting the car and picking up a penalty. It's all his moves, a lot of his moves are calculated. I would say that probably move at the end there to try and block Gelbene was maybe a bit more, you could categorise as more mindset, that win at all cost mindset, that you're not going to pass me, but the ghost of Wook and Gelbene said thank you for the position. So we'll move on to the next race now, where Dornhöschen was also featured. So here we are in the next race, and we start off with Dornhöschen, and we had a quite quiet middle of the race last race. He's busy at the start and at the end, but he's going to be busy throughout this whole race. As you see, me making a move down the inside, and Stone Cold Murphy just pulled straight into the back of him. So he decides he wants to bounce off me. I wouldn't go anywhere, up the inside he obviously. I've given him space because I've seen how we've driven the last race, so that's why I went wide to the right there, and then just on the exit of the corner here, he just holds the car straight, tries to push me off onto the grass, wasn't happening, and again tries to cut across me just to stop me from going down the inside into that corner. Again now on the run down to this, I'll easily buy him here so he can't bounce off me, and our old friends, the Italian Tar, goes back to lead out the battle they had in the last race, which allows me and the Belgian to pull clear of Dornhöschen, and that's the last action, shall I say, I have with him in this race. But we do come across him again, or I did come across him again in the race, but he made himself well known to plenty of other drivers in the race, so he kind of holds position here now, like this up until the end of lap 2, so we're going to skip ahead there. So here we are towards the end of lap 2, and we've got Stone Cold Murphy now, who has served a 3-second penalty and fell behind Dornhöschen. He's now caught back up with him, makes a pass, and through the chicane. Now Dornhöschen's in the position he wants to be, because he can't really do much without picking up a penalty when he's put from behind, but when you're on the side, you can try and knock him off the track on the outside, and it becomes a team of Dornhöschen. You can see any time he gets up the inside of a driver, he attempts to push them off on the outside. He knows it's not going to pick him up a penalty, and it also disguises that the fact he's being dirty. So Stone Cold Murphy eventually gets by him into turn 1, and Jason's not really close enough to have a go with him yet, so we're going to jump ahead to the next action that Dornhöschen's involved in, which is on lap 4. Here we pick up Dornhöschen coming on to lap 4 behind the Portuguese driver Priverio, who was in the last race as well and spent quite a bit of time around Dornhöschen. So Dornhöschen sends it down the inside, overshoots the corner, and Priverio slips back by. Now you see here straight away Priverio straight onto the inside. He's seen what Dornhöschen's been doing and pushing drivers out. You can see it all through this section. He's keeping his car as tight as he can to the inside. He's not letting Dornhöschen have the inside at all because he's seen what he's been doing. Dornhöschen still going to try and chase him down. Again, Privero's just making sure he's keeping that line where Dornhöschen can't get his car fully up the inside. And then we got to run down to the hairpin here before you head for the and Privero tries to hold the inside line, but this time Dornhöschen on the exit tries to squeeze the car up and tries, once he gets alongside, that's it. Privero's being pushed out to the outside of the track and onto the gravel unless he lifts over. Again, Dornhöschen now just defending from Jason here, and he manages to pull away from Jason slightly, but he will have coming together with him. I think it's on lap 6 he can't coming together with Jason, if I remember correctly. Make sure it's not this corner, is it? No, it is there actually, yeah. He turned straight across Jason coming into the chicane. I knew he'd turned across Jason somewhere. Maybe a bit of a silly move by Jason, who probably didn't know what Dornhöschen was like. So that's Dornhöschen pulls away a bit now here, and we'll rejoin him on lap 6. So here we are on lap 6, and we join Dornhöschen in on the run down to the hairpin before the Schumacher S. And we've got the British driver, oi behind Dornhöschen again on the field side of strategy, and the guys behind. I actually think these two guys hit it and it's clear behind them, but Dornhöschen makes a mistake. Oi goes to overtake. No you don't. And I think that this is where Dornhöschen's mentality kind of switches. Ours is dirty driving switches from being sneaky to the driving style we mentioned with Gavin in the last video. It's more the mentality of win at all costs there. There's no way he was letting Oi past him. You clearly seen it. Literally straight across the track, off onto the grass with you. You're not passing me. And again, the Belgian guy Jason behind ends up behind them, and I think Jason just is clever because he just sits in behind them, doesn't really attempt to make a move, and Dornhöschen is sort of in a little whirl of his own there up until the last lap now. So here we pick up Dornhöschen on around the last corner onto the final lap, and he's got the Portuguese driver who has pit already. He's caught him up, and you can see quite clearly where he's willing to swerve all over the straight to stop to put the slipstream. And anyone who has any knowledge about racing will know that you're allowed a maximum of 2 sideward movements on a straight, no sideward movement in the braking zone. But as we go through anyway, you see here he's trying to park on the apex just to make sure that the Portuguese driver slows down enough that he can't get the drive out of the corner to pass him. You can see Dornhöschen was through that corner was probably about 10 miles an hour slower than he should have been. Then again, that could be as you see, his tyres are well worn at this stage as he hasn't pitted, so it could be the worn tyres as well. That could be the excuse for that. We'll be going down to the hairpin. And it's quite clear that Felipe Rocha has the pace on him. You can see he has the tyres, he has the fuel mix, he has the pace. And Dornhöschen here is quite clearly under pressure. Again, he comes out of the Schumacher S, makes the same mistake as he did on lap 6. And same as oi. off with a grass with you, Mr. Portuguese man. It's just that win at all cost mentality as you see me in the background then just having to avoid the Portuguese driver. So track, slip by there, and all down this straight now I'm gaining on Dornhöschen, and I know in my heart as I'm driving down here, to even attempt to move on this guy, I'm going to get put off the track. So I didn't even bother, I just followed him back to the finish line. And even here coming around the last corner, you see how much I close up on here in the last corner, and something for people to be aware of with these sneaky dirty drivers. I was kind of expecting a brake check there. You'll find a lot of drivers that are sneakily dirty at the finish like that will brake check the car behind because they know they're going to retain their position by being bumped across the line, but they know the car behind is going to spin out of those positions, so that's something to keep in mind for people as well. But that's the end of the second race with Dornhöschen, and as you can see, quite clearly a pattern in his driving race and the start of the second race, and where he's trying to just push drivers wide. He knows he's not going to pick up a penalty for it. He knows the drivers are going to either go off track and end up seconds behind, or they're going to have to lift off, concede the position to Dornhöschen, and then they're also not going to get drive to come back at him because they've had to lift off. So he knows what he's doing by allowing the car drift out there like that. But then in that second race, just on lap 6, it's like something just snapped in his head, and you're not passing me basically, and anyone who attempted to got killed. Captain, there's been a murder. So that's the end of this video. As per usual, if there's any content from Gran Turismo 7 that you want to see on the channel, put in the comments below. Also put in the comments below if you've come across any dirty drivers. A lot of these drivers who are dirty, you kind of need to get footage of 2, 3, 4 races to get to see the patterns of their dirty driving. Unless it's maybe, say, a driver of the type of who we met in our very first video on the series, Johnny Bravo, who is just, I'm here to wreck everyone's race and I'm not going to hide it, I don't care, and F everyone. Them drivers will give you a half an hour video and a 20-minute race, the amount of incidents they get into. But then drivers like Dornhöschen there, you need a couple of races to pick out the pattern and where he's being dirty, and what sort of what category of dirty driver he falls into. And again, as I said, I am working on a video to explain what I think is the different types of dirty drivers, so I hope to get that out for you. Probably looking within the next week. There might be another 1 or 2 videos in this series that I'm working on as well before that, but that is in the pipeline. Again, any other content you want, put it in the comments. Comment on any drivers you've come across as dirty. If I have footage of them and I can pick out the patterns, I'll do a video. And again, just generally comment on what you think of Dornhöschen's driving in general from what you've seen here. And again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.